authorizing the City of Spartanburg, South Carolina to enter into amendments or amendments and restatements of a parking facilities use agreement, development agreement, project management agreement, and other agreements previously entered into with the Spartanburg Parking Facilities Corporation to facilitate the construction, operation, and use of a parking facility located within the city, authorizing the execution and delivery of various documents relating thereto, delegating the authority to the mayor, the city manager, and the assistant city manager to determine certain matters and other matters relating to the foregoing. This is a first reading, and this is Mr. Mayor.
Mayor, members of council, we have discussed this matter previously to set forth a path we can reallocate approximately $3.8 million in loan proceeds that were intended to be used in the construction of the St. John Street parking garage. These funds would be moved to as part of the funding associated with the renovation and expansion of the T-hangars at the downtown Memorial Airport. The council action item sets forth the movement of the funds, and the structure that we would create would be a similar nonprofit entity, the Spartanburg Airport Facilities Corporation, under which the city would enter into various agreements to lease those facilities back, very comparable to what was done with the parking garage, and similar, although with the C.C. Woodson project. It does utilize the tax credit, the federal tax credit financing that was extended to the city by Carolina First Community Development Corporation. This would be first reading. We are still in the process of moving forward with closing. There's processes, there's final review and discussion of contracts and consideration, but this would allow that process to move forward, and we will be consistent with what council, the prior discussions, and what we've asked from council forward. Be glad to answer your questions.
Are there questions of Mr. Bennett? This is all pretty much what we've set in motion already.
Yes, sir.
There's a motion by Ms. Wilson, second by Ms. Reverend Smith. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Is there anyone opposed? The ayes have it, 7-0. Item 7B is the authorizing the City of Spartanburg, South Carolina to enter into a ground lease, airport facilities lease agreement, development agreement, project management agreement, and airport facilities management agreement with Spartanburg Airport Facilities Corporation to facilitate the construction, renovation, and operating and use of certain airport facilities located within the city, authorizing assignment of certain hangar lease agreements between the city and lessees thereunder, authorizing the assignment of certain contracts relating to the construction of the airport facility to Spartanburg Airport Facilities Corporation, authorizing the execution and delivery of various documents relating thereto, delegating the authority to the mayor, the city manager, and the assistant city manager to determine certain matters and other matters relating to the foregoing. This is also a first reading, and Mr. Simpson is not here. Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Mayor, this is the second campaign first time.
So, are there any questions, Mr. Bennett? There being none, Mr. Logan, excuse me. Well, let me have a motion.
Second.
Motion. Ms. Carver, what is that? Okay, excuse me.
And we've already undergone, I mean, this is underway as we speak.
So yes, we have, we're in the process, we have council approved the design, contract, design, and then design, we bring back a recommendation to council for the selection of reconstruction services contract property. We're not physically underway yet, we're in the process of closing the financing agreement.
We have a motion, duly second. Any other questions? Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, 7-0. Excuse me. Item C is the approving of financing agreement for lease purchase of equipment. This is the first reading, and this is Mr. Locke.
Mayor and council members, on September 28th, council gave approval to an ordinance to allow the city to enter into an agreement to finance 2 automated side loaders and 1 utility truck. After that time, in consultation with the Spartanburg water system, we discovered that they were also considering some bank qualified financing. So we agreed, in order to, after consulting with them, we agreed that we would go out for bid for non-bank qualified, and they agreed to pay us the difference. You will notice that the increase in the interest rate is 34.34%, and the Spartanburg water system has agreed to pay us that difference. It's a technicality that governments can only issue up to $30 million of non-bank qualified debt in any calendar year, and this city council had already given them approval a couple of years ago to issue a certain amount of debt. And so we're coming back to you asking you to approve the non-bank qualified rate of 3.69 for the financing of these two automated side loaders trucks and utility truck at this time.
All right, other questions, Mr. Locke? Listen now. If there are none, Ms. Carbo moved, Mr. Weaver seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The ayes have it 7-0. Item D is an old issue. It comes back. To amend the code of the city of Spartanburg, 1988, Article 3, offenses against public peace, to add section 13-64 to provide for the offense of panhandling or commercial solicitation. Mr. Fisher, you had a great day. Welcome.
Thank you. Actually, we're before you because of the success of downtown, where we have a lot of visitors, and also that comes with that some panhandling. What brings us to write a new ordinance largely is the aggressive nature about panhandling, and particularly the frequency of it. I will not go through the anti-ordinance with you, but will point out a couple of things. B2, within 15 feet entrance or exit from any public facilities. 3, within 15 feet of an ATM machine. 9, no person should panhandle within 6 feet of any entrance to any building open to the public. And the next 2 under C, nighttime panhandling and aggressive panhandling. This particular ordinance, we feel, meets the constitutional requirements, but also is an excellent tool for our officers to be able to enforce and hopefully, if not eliminate, to some extent reduce the panhandling that exists downtown. Let me just add that when and if this ordinance is passed, there will certainly be an educational piece for at least 30 days, and then we will go with at least 30 days of written warnings, and after that, if it becomes necessary, to do some physical arrest. And I think that's a reasonable approach. If you have any questions.
The questions of Mr. Fisher.
Director Fisher, when you speak of education, you're speaking to the broad community, the citizenry, as well as the business owners. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
We have a motion by Ms. Stowe and second by Mr. Reader. Is there any additional discussion?
Chief, what's driving this? Are we having a lot of complaints about that?
Well, not only do we have a lot of complaints, we have some frequent visitors who, whether it's a requirement for them to make a living or not, we're not sure, but it certainly, when they're out and about, it becomes a deterrent to those who would come out for lunch or even come out to dinner, and particularly the aggressive nature of some of the individuals.
Director Fisher, does this also include the individuals that are sometimes found at intersections holding signs requesting assistance?
Yes.
Okay, so anyone that that your officers would see, they would tell them to move on, take a prop somewhere else?
Exactly.
We had motion duly seconded. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The ayes have it, 7-0. Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Thank you, Mr. Lee Raines, for the great work you do now. Item number 8